My dear friends, something vast, something eternal, something unseen yet shaking the very ground beneath your feet. It is unfolding. You were not born into this hour by accident. The times are not random. The season is not arbitrary. Heaven has not only orchestrated this moment, but it has stamped your very name upon it. This is not poetic fancy. This is spiritual reality. You are chosen for this hour. That is not a phrase meant to flatter your ego or to lift your mood temporarily. There's a truth rooted in eternity. And what? Long before you drew your first breath, before the stars were flung into the sky, or the oceans carved their paths into the earth, you were seen, known, and appointed. You were not an afterthought in the grand scheme of history. You were part of the design. And in this very moment of time, in this era full of noise, confusion, and trembling foundations, heaven has made no mistake by placing you exactly where you are. You are not late to the story, nor are you early. You were born for such a time as this. The hour may seem dark, but light is most radiant when it breaks through the deepest night. And you were made to carry that light. There is something profoundly sacred about knowing that you are not just a product of your circumstances. You were sent. That is a heavier truth than most people dare to carry. But the weight of it is not meant to burden you. It is meant to awaken you. When you understand that your life is not random, you begin to walk differently. You stop comparing your path to others. You stop doubting your presence. You begin to see interruptions as invitations, delays as divine pauses, and hardships as holy training. The ordinary moments take on extraordinary significance because you recognize that heaven is never idle when it comes to your story. To be chosen does not mean you are better than anyone else. It means you have been entrusted with something that only you can carry. The fingerprints of eternity are all over your identity. You are not mass-produced. You are handcrafted. That means your voice has a tone no one else can replicate. Your story carries chapters no one else can write. And your presence carries the answer to someone else's silent prayer. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe you are insignificant, that your presence in this world is just a number in a sea of billions. But heaven sees differently. Heaven sees purpose wrapped in skin. Heaven sees a flame that can ignite others. Heaven sees you, even when the world overlooks you. Being chosen also means that you are not alone in your mission. There is a companionship between your spirit and the eternal. There are whispers in the silence guiding you, nudges in your soul leading you forward, divine orchestrations happening behind the veil. You may not see them, but you are not walking through this life unaccompanied. The one who placed you in this hour also walks with you through every moment of it. You are not chosen and abandoned, you are chosen and equipped. Every challenge that has tried to break you has also prepared you. Every disappointment has taught you the depth of endurance. Every heartbreak has given you the capacity to carry others. What once felt like disqualification has become the very evidence that you were being forged for something greater. The times we live in are not easy. There is tension in the air. There is division, confusion, and fear. But none of this has caught heaven by surprise. And that is why you are here. You are not here to escape the chaos. You are here to shine through it. You are not here to survive. You are here to influence. You are not called to hide. You are called to stand. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more clarity. It doesn't need more performers. It needs more presence. It needs more presence. And your presence, when rooted in divine purpose, becomes a sanctuary for those around you. The love you carry, the truth you speak, the courage you demonstrate, they are not small things. They are eternity echoing in time. So walk boldly, walk humbly, walk with the awareness that the hour is not too big for you, because the one who chose you is bigger than the hour. Refuse to be passive. Refuse to let fear sit in the seat where faith belongs. Lean into your purpose. Lean into your purpose. Listen closely for the quiet instructions of heaven. Speak even when your voice trembles. Move forward even when you feel unsure. The path will reveal itself to those who walk by trust, not sight. And always remember, If heaven marked your name for this hour, then you carry everything needed to walk through it, not in your strength, but in the strength of the one who chose you. The battle is bigger than you think, but so is your role. Much of what unfolds in this world goes unseen by the natural eye. We often measure struggle by what we can touch, hear, and explain, but there is a deeper realm, one that shapes nations, stirs hearts, and influences destiny. You live in the visible, but you were born into an invisible war. It is a war not merely of politics, economics, or culture, but of truth against deception, light against shadow, eternity against the temporal. This battle has raged since the dawn of time, long before you took your first breath, and it will continue until the final trumpet sounds. But within this great cosmic conflict, you have not been placed as a mere bystander. You are not meant to watch from the sidelines or offer commentary from the safety of detachment. You have been given a role, unique, strategic, and powerful. Too often, people shrink in the face of this truth. They think they are too ordinary, too flawed, too insignificant to matter. But heaven does not assign roles based on human metrics. Your wounds, your past, your failures, they do not disqualify you. In fact, they may be the very reason you were chosen. Because those who have tasted brokenness deeply often carry a compassion that cannot be taught. Those who have walked through fire do not fear the smoke. Those who have stood in silence during dark nights are often the ones who carry the clearest voices when dawn comes. The battle may seem too vast, but you were not placed in it alone, and you were not placed in it without purpose. You carry more authority than you realize. Every word of truth you speak into a world that thrives on lies is a sword unsheathed. Every act of love in a climate of hatred is a banner raised in defiance of darkness. Every moment you choose to hope when despair seems easier becomes a statement of resistance against the forces that seek to consume us. The battle may stretch across time and nations, but it is fought in daily decisions, quiet prayers, unseen sacrifices, and the steadfast refusal to bow to fear. Your presence in this world is not neutral. You are either advancing the kingdom of light or allowing darkness to take ground. And when you choose to stand, no matter how small your platform or unseen your effort, you make a difference. You tilt the scales. You disrupt the enemy's plans. There is something powerful about someone who understands their place in the larger story. They walk differently. They speak with purpose. Winnie, they do not waste their time on empty pursuits. They live with urgency, not in panic, but in passion. They recognize that the time is short and the harvest is great, and their voice, their hands, their faith, it all matters. You are one of those people. You are not waiting for your moment. You are living in it. And the size of the battle is not a reason to retreat. It is a confirmation that what you are part of matters more than you thought. You will feel resistance. You will encounter moments where you are misunderstood, opposed, or overlooked. That is not a sign to stop. It is often the clearest signal that you are pushing against something that wants to remain unchallenged. Darkness does not resist what does not threaten it. So when you feel the pressure, remember that your presence is making a difference. You may never see the full result. You may never know the lives you touch or the legacies you spark. But heaven sees, and heaven keeps record not of applause, but of obedience. This battle is not won by the loudest, but by the most faithful. It is not the ones who seek power that shift the tide. It is those who seek the heart of God, and when you align your heart with His, you step into a role that no one else can fulfill. You become a vessel of light, a carrier of truth, a warrior of quiet strength. And that, friend, is more powerful than you know. So do not dismiss your influence. Do not measure your impact by the standards of the world. The battle may be bigger than you imagined, but so is your role. You are not just surviving it. You are shaping it. You are shaping it. Heaven has engraved your name into the story. This is not symbolic or poetic exaggeration. It is a profound truth that reaches far beyond what you may presently understand about your existence. There are many people in the world, countless lives intersecting in time and history, But among all those lives, yours has been deliberately known, intentionally woven, and eternally remembered. Your name is not written in dust that can be blown away by the winds of failure or fear. It is engraved, carved into the divine narrative with intention, permanence, and purpose. Heaven does not write lightly. It does not scribble names on margins. What is written there is meant to endure forever. And your name is among those chosen for such a place in the story. You may sometimes feel forgotten or invisible. The world has a way of dulling us, of making us believe that if no one notices our efforts, then they must not matter. But you are not living for recognition from the crowd. You are living from the recognition of heaven. Even when you move in silence, you are known. Even when no one claps for your faithfulness, it is recorded. Your name is not tied to your social status, your title, or your platform. It is tied to your obedience, your heart, and the deep intention with which you were made. You are not part of a random sequence of events. You are part of a divine pattern that stretches beyond time. When heaven engraves a name, it is not for decoration, it is for destiny. Engraving implies permanence, commitment, and value. It means that something about you, your gifts, your life, your purpose, is vital to the larger picture being formed by God's hand. You are not replaceable. You are not a copy of someone else. You carry something that no other soul in creation can replicate. That uniqueness is not a burden. It is a responsibility. To know that your name is engraved into the story is to also understand that you must show up fully, courageously, and faithfully to what has been assigned to you. Heaven does not waste engraving on those who are meant to blend into the background, but this engraving is not merely about identity. It is also about belonging. To have your name engraved in the story is to know that you are not wandering aimlessly. You have a place. You have a seat at the table of purpose. You belong not because of what you've earned, but because of who you are and who made you. The world often makes us feel like we must qualify or compete in order to be accepted. Heaven declares that you were already chosen, already seen, already placed in the story with full awareness of everything you would walk through. Your past does not disqualify your name. Your wounds do not erase your engraving. In fact, it is often the cracks in your story that allow heaven's light to shine through most clearly. And when you live with the knowledge that your name is engraved in the eternal narrative, your decisions begin to shift. You stop chasing things that won't last. You stop comparing yourself to others whose names are also engraved, but on different pages. You stop questioning your worth based on temporary circumstances. You begin to walk with quiet authority, knowing that the one who wrote your name is the same one who holds the pen. Nothing in this world can erase what heaven has engraved. Not failure, not delay, not even the fiercest opposition. Your name is not a placeholder. It is a statement of intention from the author of all things. Let this truth anchor you in seasons of doubt. Let it lift your head when discouragement tries to bend you low. Let it remind you that no matter how small your steps may feel, they are part of something infinitely larger than what you can currently see. You are not forgotten. You are not misplaced. Your name is known in heaven. You have been trusted with a chapter in the story that will echo into eternity. And because your name has been engraved, you can live boldly, serve faithfully, and speak truthfully, knowing that your role in this sacred narrative is irreplaceable. So walk forward with courage, not because you are perfect, but because heaven has called you by name, and it has written that name where it can never be erased. Now is the time to wake from the illusion of smallness. So many live beneath their calling simply because they have been convinced that their life does not carry enough weight to matter. They have bought into the lie that their words are too soft, their reach too short, and their presence too unnoticed to carry real significance. But that is not how heaven sees you. You were never meant to live as though you are insignificant. The very breath in your lungs is evidence that God has entrusted you with another moment, another choice, another opportunity to influence the world around you in ways that matter more than you know. Smallness is not in your design. It is in your perception. And perceptions can be changed when truth enters the heart. Truth, in its purest form, dismantles the lies we've believed about ourselves. The truth is that greatness often comes in quiet forms. It does not always wear titles or stand on stages. Sometimes it kneels in prayer behind closed doors. It comforts a child in silence. It forgives without recognition, and it chooses integrity when no one is watching. That kind of greatness may seem small to the world, but it roars in the courts of heaven. Waking up from smallness begins with remembering who made you. You were fashioned by hands that make no mistakes. You were formed with purpose, with intentionality, with a voice and a heart that heaven deemed necessary for this generation. There is a reason you were born in this time and not another. There is a reason you carry the experiences you do, the wounds you've healed from, the burdens you've carried. Nothing in your life has been wasted. All of it has been shaping you, not into someone lesser, but into someone stronger. The enemy would have you believe that what you've walked through has shrunk you, but heaven would tell you that it has prepared you. You have been prepared in quiet for something loud. You have been stretched for something bigger than you've dared to imagine. But to step into that bigger purpose, you must shake off the dust of false humility and stand in the truth of your identity. You are not meant to hide in the shadows of others' callings. Comparison is a thief, not only of joy, but of destiny. If you spend your life measuring your impact against the lives of others, you will always feel less, not because you are less, but because you are misusing your lens. You were never designed to copy someone else's blueprint. You were given your own. And in that design is every spiritual resource you need to carry out what has been assigned to you. The illusion of smallness tells you to wait until you're stronger, louder, more successful, or more noticed. But heaven says to start now with what you have as you are. The loaves and fishes were small too, until they were placed in divine hands. So are your efforts when surrendered. You are a carrier of light. And even a small light changes the entire nature of a dark room. There is nothing passive about walking in the fullness of who you are. It takes courage. It takes a decision to believe what God says about you more than what fear whispers. The moment you wake up to your worth, the moment you embrace the truth that your life has eternal significance, everything changes. You stop waiting for someone else to lead and realize that leadership was already inside you. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions and realize that obedience matters more than timing. You stop allowing your past to narrate your future and start writing from a new place of freedom. The illusion of smallness is only powerful as long as you agree with it. Once you choose to reject it, its grip is broken. So today is not just another day, it's an invitation to rise, to step forward, to live as though the story matters because it does. You are not too late, not too broken, not too behind. You are right on time to be who you were always meant to be. The world may not applaud the first steps you take, but heaven will. And in the end, it is not the noise of the world that matters. It is the echo of eternity. You are never small. You are only waiting to see yourself through heaven's eyes. And now that you do, everything becomes possible. You must choose to answer the call. That is the undeniable truth at the center of every great story ever told. It is not enough to be chosen, not enough to be called, not enough to be marked by heaven. A call must be answered. A door must be opened. A step must be taken. There is a divine invitation resting on your life, but it does not force itself upon you. It waits for your response. Heaven has spoken your name, written your story, and prepared your path, but none of that replaces the necessity of your yes. It is easy to wait for certainty, to wait for signs, to wait until all fears are gone and all doubts are silenced. But purpose is not fulfilled in the waiting alone. It is fulfilled when courage rises in the midst of uncertainty and says, "Here I am, send me." You must decide. You must cross the threshold from hesitation into obedience. Every great movement of God through history began with someone who chose to answer. Sometimes they were weak, often they were afraid, and rarely did they feel qualified. But what set them apart was not perfection. It was willingness. Willingness to step forward when the cost was high, willingness to obey even when the outcome was unclear. The call on your life does not require you to be extraordinary by the world's standards. It requires you to trust, to listen, and to move. Answering the call does not mean you will not face resistance. In fact, it often guarantees it. But obedience in the face of resistance is what marks the beginning of transformation. When you say yes to the call, you are not just changing your own life. You are shifting the atmosphere around you. There are lives tied to your obedience. There are souls waiting for what you carry. There are breakthroughs on the other side of your faith. There will always be reasons to delay. Fear will suggest that you're not ready. Insecurity will whisper that you're not enough. The past will remind you of your failures, but none of those voices speak the language of heaven. God does not ask you to be flawless. He asks you to be faithful. He does not ask you to have all the answers. He asks you to trust the one who does. There is a kind of beauty that only comes from stepping into the unknown with confidence, not in yourself, but in the one who called you. And once you say yes, the ground beneath you begins to shift. Doors begin to open that no man can shut. Strength begins to rise that you didn't know you had. And you realize that the call was never about your ability. It was about your availability. Answering the call often means letting go. Letting go of the familiar. Letting go of the comfortable. Letting go of the safe patterns you've built around your fears. But what you release will never compare to what you gain. You gain alignment with your true purpose. You gain clarity about who you are. You gain the strength of walking in partnership with heaven. Too many people live out their days wondering what they were made for, all the while ignoring the still, quiet voice that keeps whispering direction into their spirit. It is not because the call is unclear. It is because the noise of doubt is louder. But when you quiet yourself and listen with your heart, you will hear it again. The nudge, the pull, the holy restlessness that refuses to let you settle. That is the call, and it is waiting for your yes. Do not let fear have the final word. Do not let delay. become your comforts. A, 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 become your comfort zone. 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 A. 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 Become your comfort zone. The time will never feel perfect. You will never feel fully ready. But when you choose to answer, grace meets you. Heaven does not send you alone. The moment you say yes, all of heaven moves with you. You may take the step, but divine power carries the weight. And still in other moments, he walks behind you, guarding what you cannot see. No matter where you are in the journey, you are surrounded. You are not stepping into the unknown as a wandering soul. You are stepping into prepared ground as a trusted carrier of light. Your movement activates divine alignment. When you speak words of life into dark places, heaven amplifies those words. When you give sacrificially, heaven multiplies what you gave. When you forgive those who wounded you, heaven releases healing into places unseen. Your choices matter more than you think. You are not just living for yourself. Your life is part of a larger story, a sacred unfolding narrative where your yes becomes the bridge for someone else's breakthrough. The more you move in obedience, the more you begin to realize that heaven is not distant. It is near, active, and deeply involved in your steps. You don't have to manufacture miracles. You just have to show up with faith. Heaven takes care of the rest. Do not underestimate what happens when you take that first step. Mountains begin to shift. Chains begin to break. Hearts begin to awaken. Every act of obedience sends a ripple through the eternal. It may seem small to you, but heaven does not measure in size. It measures in surrender. Even the quietest steps thunder in the spirit realm when taken with bold faith. You may not always feel the movement. You may not see immediate results. But that does not mean nothing is happening. Often, the greatest work is done in silence and in stillness, and then, in a moment you least expect, the breakthrough comes. Not because you forced it, but because heaven released it. You were never meant to carry this calling alone. Your part is obedience. Heaven's part is power. Your part is trust. Heaven's part is transformation. When you step forward, you align yourself with a kingdom that does not fail, a promise that does not fade, and a presence that does not leave. So don't wait for all conditions to be perfect. Don't wait for all fears to vanish. Move now, move knowing that with each faithful step, you walk not only into purpose, but into the arms of a God who moves heaven itself to meet you. Your obedience is not just action, it is agreement with the one who holds eternity. And in that agreement, all of heaven moves.